Hello, beauties. So, I have a message that is not going to be for everyone. This is for a light worker. This is it's targeting an empath. So, if you feel like you are an empath, a light worker in any type of way, please listen to this message because it's really deep, y'all. And I'm going to read from the book so that you can feel the intensity, not only just because, like, I'm going to give my intuitive message for it, but it's just so deep. And, reading the book along with it, it's just like, wow. So I started with Work Your Light Oracle cards. And for the clarifiers to go with these cards, I was called to use the Empath's Oracle. And so both decks are uniquely special. The Work Your Light, this first card that was pulled is an inquiry card. So someone has been asking questions about a specific person that they are connected to because you have noticed some things about how this person shows up and how this person manipulates your energy or how you guys are spending time. And just as the card says, don't dim your light. So with don't dim your light, it says, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you are part of the universe. So expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice, and slowly back away, they are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want you to be around, if others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable in any kind of way, it's because you are shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. All relationships are essentially in an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves that's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in your energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of, I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. So, you are being asked to ask yourself, how are you dimming your light? So, I want to go to this I want to go to the Empath's Oracle. And so the next card we got is embracing sensuality as union, understanding sensuality as both physical and spiritual, gaining a positive relationship with the senses and with sexuality, releasing ideas of shame and low self-image. This card of pleasure, the sensual figure shown in the painting, is choosing to embrace experiences of the senses as a bridge to deeper spiritual fulfillment. This card is not necessarily sexual, but sexuality can very much be linked to sensuality as a form of pleasure and of bonding, whether it's with ourselves or shared with another person. We find ourselves experiencing reality through our senses. Empaths are sensitive individuals, and this sensitivity is not restricted to the emotional plane. Our physical senses are heightened because we naturally link our experiences to our emotions. When it comes to sexuality, we empaths must reclaim sensory related wounds we may have. This is a lengthy but necessary process, and it is very difficult to do alone. If you have sexual or otherwise abuse related wounds, please consider seeking therapy and other options that can help process the trauma. This card tells that it's unnecessary to carry traumatic imprints related to the senses. The time has come to examine and resolve emotional traumas. The time has come to reclaim yourself and love who you are. You are meant to be a sovereign and free. Pleasure can be addicting if it's not controlled. The pleasures of our senses can lead to spiritually engaging experiences, and these are most profoundly had when we exercise self control and choose to utilize sensuality in its many forms as a special metaphysical catalyst. Empaths are emotional navigators. We don't tend to judge people by the way of gender identity, sexual orientation, or kinks as long as everything is consensual, legal, and no one is getting hurt. When do we judge people's gender and sexuality in a negative light? This is rooted in our own insecurities and upbringing. So, suggestive actions is we must choose to disengage from ideas of shame put upon us by others and by society. This card urges us to examine our own gender and sexual identities, even if they do not fit neatly into a social box or label. Most importantly, this card directs us to release sensual shame and replace it with confident grace. Think about ways by which you can deepen your relationship to the world, bring focus to physical senses of taste, touch, sight, smell, and hearing. Take note how these senses form your relationship with your experience of reality and unite your spirit with the divine. Additionally, examine your relationship to sex and sexuality. The more balanced we are in these spheres, the better we can hold our own emotional energy as empaths, and the easier time we will have making our way in this sensual world. Y'all. So the next card we have is Leap. You take the first, you go first, and the universe will catch you. Ooh, okay. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap toward or away from, but are scared to make the move. Or maybe perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is so, then this card is your sign and permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we know and hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. So you go first and take a good run and leap. So I want you to listen to this card that is paired with the leap card, and then I'm gonna tell you what I feel. And also I encourage you that if you feel something as well, put that in the comments, because you will add on to something that someone needs to hear. But look at this. Choosing experiences wisely. This card is about analyzing the environments we surround ourselves in daily, taking notice of people's intentions in the most objective manner possible, learning graceful methods to set boundaries when needed. So The imagery, the picture illustrates the process of how our experiences influence our being. The person in the picture has the strength to choose his experiences and only indulge in the things that are necessary and helpful for his personal development. The haunting abstract eye symbolizes the filtering process that is deeply important for a balanced state. The deeper meaning is it is ridiculously easy for others to emotionally manipulate highly empathic people. We attract users, narcissists, and human leeches simply by existing. This can be detrimental, and it is why we must wisely choose whom we surround ourselves with, who actually deserves our time and energy. We do not need to be understood nor accepted by everyone around us. We must examine this inherent need to please and our desires to be socially accepted by anyone and everyone. This beautiful yet intense card reminds us that we are the rulers of our domain. We ultimately get to choose the people and situations that we engage with. If an ongoing situation is toxic, get out of it. Find a way. We are not responsible to be everyone's healers, especially if they have demonstrated that they're not ready for our perspectives. Every single second of every single day is valuable. When empaths bloom in self respect, we come to realize that our very existence depends on choosing experiences with wisdom, grace, and with intentions toward the greater good. We deserve to surround ourselves with our people. This card encourages you to remember that narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths are not welcome in your reality. These terms are not meant to demean people with certain mental conditions, nor are the terms designed for us to place those labels on someone because it is an easy excuse to disengage. Instead, we empaths must be aware of these mental and social conditions so that we can see the signs early on. I encourage empaths to research these psychological conditions and keep them in mind throughout life. This sort of social awareness is a part of self protection because we are easily persuadable and tend to see the good in others before the bad. Even the most adept empath can be manipulated by the charisma of those who have less savory intentions. These manipulations can be horribly destructive if we don't discern and set boundaries with a steerness rooted in self-value. So the suggestions for action of this card is with practice we can learn to strictly determine the situations and individuals with whom we surround ourselves with, which will include a kind and polite setting of boundaries with some folks. We can thrive as evolving empaths and can help others in their own soul's evolutionary process. If you don't want to see certain people or engage in certain activities, don't do it. Even if you feel somehow obligated, you are your own person with your own set of boundaries. You do not deserve to be persuaded or coerced into something to which your gut says no. Politely stand your ground. This is a mark of an empowered empath. So, let me tell you what I feel. So, I feel like this message is for someone that is staying within a comfort zone of being around a love interest that is no longer serving your highest good. This person, although has very beautiful attributes about them, they also have a darker side that they are just unwilling to face and work on healing. So this person may carry some of those traits that were mentioned. They may have traits of a narcissist. They may have traits of a sociopath, a psychopath. We're not saying, hey, this is what this person is. We are saying that their behavior patterns are displaying some of, these behaviors of that, that dark person. So it is what it is, because, a person is only going to be a product of their environment and what they choose to reflect and change and evolve from. So I feel strongly that you are dimming your light to make someone feel better because they aren't shining as brightly as you. I feel like this person is someone that you are sexually intimate with, um, and that this person is really pouring a lot of their problems into you through this very intimate action. I feel as though, as an empath, you are absorbing a lot of their painful energy that they are not willing to face. And because you know of, these wounds, these insecurities, you kind of tiptoe around them in certain areas just to make them feel a bit more comfortable. And the universe is telling you to go first, and they will catch you, because you know in your heart that this is someone that you do not need to be spending time with, that this is someone that you do not need to be engaging with. And, like the card said, if you're looking for permission, if you're looking for confirmation, this is your confirmation. If you are still on the fence and you're like, okay, well, I feel like this is for me, but at the same time, I really don't want to just cut it off. I feel like this person can grow, evolve, change. Okay, well, try setting some boundaries and see how that goes. If they pay absolutely no attention to your boundaries, if they try to flip it and reverse it and gaslight you, then there you have it. When I went through that stage for myself, I kept praying and asking for more confirmation and for more signs, and Spirit gave me just that. I received this message in my YouTube, and her name was, I believe it was Dr. Ramona, and the video was titled something like how to know if you're dealing with a narcissist. And so that video came in handy for me because this person was displaying all of the behavioral traits that she was listing in that. So I went ahead and I subscribed to the channel and I started educating myself even more. And then I also ran across a video of a self-aware narcissist. And so he gave his perspective on it, which was very helpful for me. But the more I educated myself, the more I was able to set these boundaries. And guess what? This person was not supposed to be in my life. And so as I tried to establish those healthy boundaries, they in fact called me the narcissist for even wanting to have boundaries and even wanting to, work towards, releasing certain things. And so that helped me choose, what direction I needed to go in. And it was absolutely painful at first. Because this is a process where, you are going to feel a lot of pain and you are going to go through this alone, but, that gave me enough time to self-reflect on myself and to ask myself, why am I in this situation? What parts or aspects about me drew this person in? Because this person was only mirroring insecurities that I also had within myself, because that was the only reason to hang on to something that doesn't feel good all the time. And I'm not saying that relationships are supposed to be perfect all the time, but what I'm saying is, no one should tear you down or make you feel less than or make you have to dim your light. That person should be so proud of who you are, how you show up, that they actually expand your light, enhance your light, to make your light brighter. So I had to go through that experience so that I can see, what needed to be healed in me. And I needed more self-love. Why? Because like that embracing sensuality as a union card was explaining, I had a lot of, sexual traumas from my childhood. And this person, I connected with on more so of a trauma bond. And so, that was a part of myself that I had to look at. So this isn't just about saying, oh, you're dimming your light, you're this beautiful, perfect, wonderful being. No, this is saying, that there are some things about yourself that you need to look at because of who you are attracting and drawing in. Now, let me tell you, there is no such thing as a person being completely and perfectly healed. We are all going to have, reoccurring thoughts, feelings, and patterns that may resurface or come back around just to, see if we learned our lesson, or to let us know, hey, there's still some residual debris that's still stuck within us that needs to be, explored and continuously, worked on. Because, let's look at, an oven of, a chef or a baker or whatever. Let's say, this person has a period of time where, they don't clean it every day as thoroughly as they should. It starts to build up all of this grit and this grime or whatever, and as you are cleaning it, it doesn't come completely clean that first time. It's something that has to be worked through, and, you might have to repeat it, a few times, several times before it is actually clear, right? But that doesn't mean it doesn't get dirty again. You see what I'm saying? So, it is always, constant, work on yourself, to make sure that you are balanced. And, no one is in perfect balance every single day. So, but I will say, by choosing wisely about who you allow around you, that is part of keeping that balance. Okay. So, this message is just simply saying it's time. It's time to walk away, or in some cases, maybe, you may be able to go to this person, have a conversation, and say, hey, when you did this, it made me feel like that. And this person be like, oh wow, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. I thought when I was doing this that, for me it meant this, and then they express their attention. You'd be like, okay, we had a misunderstanding. How about, we communicate this way, or we do this or that instead, so that you can establish healthy boundaries together. And that's how you know if you are dealing with someone that is for you, that is, respectful of you, and is, willing to let you be who you are going to be, and you allow them to be who they are meant to be. But, once again, if this person does not like what you have to say, they do not, respect your point of view or how you are feeling, I want you to always remember that your feelings are valid all the time. Whether you are right, whether you are wrong, whether it is some miscommunication, your feelings are valid. You feel how you feel, and you feel how you feel based upon, certain situations that has happened. So if, it's a miscommunication and you feel some type of way based on, a childhood experience or trauma that you are still holding on to, and then you have a conversation with this person, they're like, okay, well, that's not what I intended, this is what I meant. That gives you the opportunity to, self-reflect and to work on that, to clear that energy up. But I do strongly feel like, for the majority that is watching this video, this is about, protecting your peace, protecting your energy by not being around certain individuals that are dimming your light. A lot of people are not meaning to be malicious and just, tear a person down and not allow them to shine. It's just, they have their own things that they need to work through, and they can't help who they are because this is what they've, known all their life. And it's hard to just flip the switch, to think, believe, perceive things completely different. So this is the message. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. If anyone ever needs to reach out to me, wants a personal reading, something that is just focused on just you and your situation, feel free to email me so that we can go ahead and book a reading. But this is what I have for you. So enjoy your day and love on yourself today, okay? I did post Self Care Sunday, so you might want to check that out and get some ideas of how you can pour into yourself. I do want to suggest that you look up a video on YouTube of sound bowl healing to clear your energy, to clear your auric field, to strengthen your psychic shield because as empaths, you really need to make sure that you are cleansing your mind, body, and spirit as well as your space. So get you some sage, get you some Palo Santos, and burn it, clear that out, create sacred space inside your home so that when you are feeling like you are a bit drained, the only energies or entities that can reach you are enlightened beings, your enlightened spiritual team. If you don't know about how to create sacred space, comment that in the video, and I would do a video in the comment section. I would do a video talking solely about creating sacred space, because by doing that it has helped me tremendously by blocking out all of the monitoring spirits that may want to linger around and cause confusion of the mind. So this video is getting kind of long, so I'm just saying goodbye for now, y'all. I love y'all. Have a great day.